Lacrosse is the fastest game on 2 feet. There's a large misconception about what the fastest game on 2 feet is, and it mostly comes from the fact that most people don't even know what lacrosse is. Many people think that football is the fastest game or soccer because you have to run the entire game, but lacrosse is the fastest game on 2 feet, and it's a quite interesting sport for those who give it a chance. Lacrosse is an interesting sport. It consists of quick tempo, high intensity, and a large amount of skill. To begin, lacrosse moves quickly in all aspects of the game. Lacrosse is very different from a lot of sports played on 2 feet as it moves with a quick tempo. Sports such as soccer may never have stoppages in the game, but the overall pace of the game is nowhere close to that of lacrosse. To start the game, two players face off in the center of the field, and they scrap for the ball to see who can get the possession. After that, the team who wins the possession is trying to get the ball in the back of the net as fast as possible. In order to keep the pace of the game up, there's a shot clock that requires teams to score a goal within a minute of getting possession. So if there's any stoppage to the game, it results in a quick start where the team can just go right away. Teams move as fast as they can to score goals, and this results in high-scoring games and electric atmospheres. Each goal is worth 1 point, and games usually end up with a total of 20 to 30 points scored. This game has a very quick tempo, and that is part of the reason I fell in love with it. Moving on, lacrosse is a high-intensity sport that promotes physicality and contact. A major part of lacrosse that cannot go unnoticed is the physical aspect. Players wear pads on their elbows as well as gloves and helmets to protect them from the harsh stick checks a defense will throw. Defenders have every right to abuse the offense with monstrous stick checks to try and knock the ball loose. And a lot of times, this results in turnovers and keeps the pace of the game up. When I get deep into my season, both my arms will be bruised up, and it may seem unappealing to many, but for me, I love the contact. Contact sports are very popular in this country, and I fully believe that without the aspect of laying your body on the line for your team, the sport just loses its intrigue. When I have the ball and I'm running towards the goal, a defender has every right to try and lay me out, and that's the physicality that makes the sport so great. Not only does lacrosse appeal to those who love to hit, but it also appeals to those who love to work on skill and perfect their craft, as playing lacrosse requires a very high level of skill. The game of lacrosse is played with a stick which is used to throw and cradle the ball, and for many people, handling a stick is difficult. It requires hours on top of hours to perfect throwing, catching, shooting, and cradling the ball to be able to play the game at a high level. The skill difference is one that elevates the game to another level, as it is not just about the biggest, strongest, or fastest player on the field, but rather who can have the most skill. While lacrosse is super physical, if someone can't keep up with the prestige footwork of another player, they'll never be able to stop them. For players like me, I can use my size and physicality to score goals, while other players might be able to outrun me every single time. To sum things up, lacrosse is the most interesting game I know, and it is something that I'm very passionate about. The game moves fast, and that aspect makes it fun to watch and even more fun to play. The game is physical, and you have to be willing to put your body on the line for your team, which makes this sport even better. The game requires skill, which keeps games against teams with a physical advantage in check, as they could get burned by smaller kids who have better skill. Overall, lacrosse is just a beautiful game that I love and encourage other people to become a part of.